Hi guys, what's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? It's been a long, long minute. I hope that you're doing well. I have been well too. The year is going by so fast, and I have not recorded something for you guys yet. But thank you for keeping it at the Thought Curator podcast. Thank you for keeping this podcast alive, and thank you for always coming back to listen in. Oh, just checking on you. I have nothing lined up, nothing prepared. I'm just feeling the year. The year is going by really, really fast, and it's going amazing. And I'm happy. I feel happy. I feel grateful, and I feel like this is going to be a very beautiful year. For some reason, I'm very, very positive about this year. If there's something that I'm starting to celebrate this year is I will not say slowness of life, because some parts of life have required me to go fast. But I'm appreciating the calmness that has come with this season. I'm appreciating the love that I have this season. I'm appreciating the friends that I have this season. I'm appreciating my job this season. I'm appreciating my life this season. I think I have had a lot of growth in the past few months. I have accomplished some things, some of the things that I are core to my life, like having a very good relationship with my God this year. It is in my priority list to have a daily walk with God where I journal, I read the Bible, I do my Bible study, I catch up with my friends and talk about the goodness of the Lord, and also have a very active social circle this year. I feel good. That has been dormant for a long, long while. I'm happy that my friends are back. I'm happy that we are having the bond that we are sharing at the moment. I'm so glad that I have that circle. I am so happy about my friendship. I think it's in the intentionality. If you're intentional about something, it will actually come to pass. So this year I challenged myself to be very intentional with specific things, to be specific, to be intentional about my marriage, to be intentional about my friendships, to be intentional about my babies, to be intentional about my life in general, to be intentional about my work, and to produce excellence in each and every part of it. If you really pay attention to something, it sure will thrive. And that's what I'm starting to see. I'm starting to see that when I focused and put all my energy onto it, things are starting to make sense. Things are starting to blossom, to be beautiful again. And I'm happy. I thank God. I thank God a lot. And I hope that you as my listener is having a good year as well. And if it is not, it's not too late. We are in end of February. The year is still very far along. So you can set your intentions. Choose whatever specific thing that you really want to focus on. And if the big picture is overwhelming, just start with the small bits of it. Start with the small bits. Do something on a daily basis that will guide you and lead you towards that goal. Something else that I've started to do. I'm reading one book a week, and to be honest, it's not easy. Today is Thursday. No, it's Friday because it's very late when I'm recording this. And I am on page 3 of a book I'm reading. I'm reading The Atomic Habits. Whose book is it? It's called Tiny Changes, Remarkable Results, Atomic Habits by James Clear. It is quite interesting. The beginning is kind of dramatic. It's quite dramatic, but as you get into the book, it actually makes sense as to how smaller habits contribute to the bigger picture. So I'm reading that, and I'm really struggling to I'm really working towards finishing it by the end of the week. I'm challenging myself to do one book a week. I tried reading the Miles Monroe book on Pursuit of Purpose, but I struggled to finish the to no I struggled to finish the first bit of it because of how intense that book can be. So we decided with my friend group to start with the interesting books, and I'm finding Atomic Habits to be very interesting, though very it's a very it's very well written, and the person that wrote it is very intelligent, so I love it. I know that I'll learn a lot from it. What else has been happening? hmm. Aside from that, I hope that you're having a beautiful year. We are manifesting good things this year. And I hope that I'll come back and tell you that all the good things that I wanted have happened. So yeah, we are manifesting good things, and this year I'm learning about cryptocurrency and finances and reading books. Just getting back to the nitty-gritty of the things that I used to love, the things that used to make me me. I think we're going back there because this year we are turning a year older, and the year that we are turning is not a joke. There are some things that I would have wished to have accomplished by this time. Like, I wanted to have done my second degree by this year that I'm turning. I'm turning 30 this year, so I wanted to have done my second degree, God willing, by this year, but it hasn't happened yet. I was hoping that I would have enrolled in my master's by 30. It hasn't happened yet. It does not mean that it will never happen. I'm just being patient with the course of time. And I know that God has good plans for me. I know that God has good plans for me, that He got me, that He knows, that He knew me before I was born, and He knows where I am going. He has every step of the way planned out, and I trust Him, and I will obey Him. So this one of the intentions for this week for me was to write a readmission letter to the registrar of the school that I was in for my bachelor's in management and leadership, my second degree. And I did write that letter for readmission. For readmission, that's just the first step of faith towards that goal coming to pass. So yeah, I was obedient. God told me to write a letter this week, and I am writing that letter. I have written that letter as a step of faith that I'm telling God I want to finish that degree, and whatever course that He has planned for me, it will happen in His time. And because I know my Father is rich, my Father in heaven is quite rich, and He has cows on the tops of the mountains and the tops of the hills. And if I need the money for school fees, He will provide. So yeah, so I'm talking to my God above about that. And my intentions for this week was as well to join fasting in church. Yeah, we have a 21 days fast in church, and I joined. I joined on the second week. So this is a 1 week, and it's been amazing. I have been praying more. I feel like I'm in a calm space with my God at this moment. I don't have those dry spiritual days anymore. Of late, I haven't had those dry spiritual days. There are seasons when I do not feel like praying. There have been seasons where I do not feel like I'm close. I'm closer to God. But at this moment and in this season, I feel like I'm closer to God. I wake up in the morning and I pray. I go about my day. I read my Bible study. I listen to my podcasts that are spiritually aligned to my spirit. And yeah, so I feel like I'm feeding my spirit every day. I recently had someone say that most of us would not walk out of the house without charging our phone batteries, but your spiritual battery, you're very willing to walk around when it's low, and that touched me. So it's a challenge to charge my spiritual battery before going out of the house, the same way I charge my phone before going out of the house. And another thing that I had that I liked and loved is join a church that the pastor is not God. Join a church that the pastor is not God, that a church where God is God, and the congregation is more keen on knowing God than knowing the pastor. Because there have been a lot of celebrity pastors in church where the pastor is more worshipped than God. Yeah, that's quite something. Um, yeah, and something else is something else. I'm just dropping bits and pieces of things. If it enriches your spirit, well and good. Where I was listening to a podcast today by it's called In Totality by Megan Ashley, and she had a guest who was sharing about how we can make our gifts our idol. You have a gift that God has given you, but now you get to a point where you feel where you start worshiping this gift that God has given you instead of worshiping the giver of the gift. You start idolizing the gift instead of idolizing the giver of the gift. Um, so this just reminds us that when you're given a talent, when you're given something, when God gives you an opportunity, when God gives you a leadership position, when God gives you something to steward, because a lot of these things are not ours, we're just given to steward. And when you're given something to steward over, just ensure that you submit it to God, because He is the giver of all these things. And when you give all these things to God, they will work out just perfectly. It works out for your good. It works out perfectly because you're not trying to control it on your own. You're not trying to run it on your own. You're just submitting it to God. The same way with your thoughts, submit it to God. Submit every thought to God, because not all thoughts are yours. Some of the thoughts are sent by the enemy to to destroy you. Yeah, so we're talking of enemies. I was never that person who thought. There are some verses in the Bible which never used to relate to me, like which I never used to relate to, like the Bible verse where it says, um, "He will, He will prepare a table before my enemies. And it never resonated to me until last year when I had a very difficult employee, and it got difficult to a point where I feel like this person now is taking me for an enemy, is taking me for a bad person, and is actually holding a grudge against me. I have never thought I had enemies. Not that I have lived um loving everyone or everyone loving me, but I never carry people in my heart. I never carry people in my heart. So I don't usually, when our paths with somebody ends, or if we never cross paths again, that's usually for me the end of the journey. Like, I do not carry you in my heart like you're my enemy. You're like, you did me bad, did me dirty, such that I even have those phrases for you, like, God will he will prepare a table before my enemies. So it had never clicked in my mind. But I guess it's life. I guess it's growing. I guess some things you have to experience in life, and I think I have started to experience. But yeah, so that was just a thought. But so glad that I checked in on you. I hope that you have gained something. I hope that this has refreshed you. I hope that it has given you a perspective. Whatever it is that you come here to this podcast for, I hope that you find it here. And I hope that you know that God loves you so, so much. God appreciates you. You are amazing. You're worthy of all things that are good. You are blessed. Um, you are meant to be here, and you are meant to change the world. Your presence in this world is valuable. You are everything. You're everything that is necessary for the world to exist. Yeah, you are a force. Do not ignore your potential. Do not let yourself down by self-sabotaging on your potential. Do not let yourself down. And yeah, be good, do good. And I hope that we meet in the next episode. Cheers.